Michael, what's going on? Money, money, money. How much do you need? I know it's a big expense, but we talked this over and made our decision 3 months ago. I'm going to the travel agency tomorrow to pay the rest. It's settled. Michael sighed, feeling the weight of Eva's insistence. Deep down, he recognized she was right. Since their honeymoon in Egypt 6 years ago, funded by wedding gifts, they hadn't had a real vacation. Life had been busy. First, they renovated their apartment, then replaced their car, and soon after, Eva got pregnant. Their daughter, Sophie, was a handful, and during her infancy, vacations were never even considered. Now's the perfect time, Eva continued. Sophie is 4 years old. It's such a wonderful age for her to explore and discover new things. She's fun and curious now, not the fussy baby she used to be. I want her to understand that life is more than just the sandbox at the playground or the inflatable pool at grandma's. We'll take her to a beautiful hotel with plenty of entertainment, swimming pools, a water park, a kids' club, entertainers, and a kids' disco. I spent 3 months finding the ideal place for us, and now, just 2 weeks before the trip, you're hesitating? Why? Yes, Mom, as always. Oh, great. So Olivia is running things again? How many times have I told you to stop letting her interfere in our lives? She's already overstepped her bounds. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just. There you go, mumbling again. How much longer will you let this go on? You're almost 30, but you still can't break free from your mother's grip. I've saved up for a whole year for this long-awaited vacation. I've arranged with my boss to take vacation at the same time as you. And Sonia keeps telling me how she wants to swim and sunbathe. And you want to ruin everything because of your mother. Ira's frustration boiled over as she tried to influence her husband. My mother doesn't wish us any harm. Why are you getting so worked up? Michael replied quietly. Right, of course. And when she tried to talk us out of painting our apartment light colors, she was definitely right then, wasn't she? Or when she bought that dark burgundy wallpaper and even paid the neighbor to hang it while we were away. Do you remember how many tears I shed tearing down that mess? Should I remind you of the nasty things she said when she found out we were having a girl instead of a boy? How you needed a son and hair while she was able to have 2 sons and I couldn't. What a fool I was. Or how she almost bought us a summer house with our own money. After we sold our old car, 2 days later we had to buy a new one, and we gave her the money to hold on to because we didn't trust our neighbors. Have you forgotten what she did then? She wanted us to buy a dacha right behind her fence so we could all spend time together in the garden. Eva, don't push it. It's not me pushing it. It's Olivia butting in where she doesn't belong, thinking she knows everything and giving unsolicited advice. And you're being a coward. If you'd stood up to her just once, she'd know her place. I don't care what she thinks about our vacation. I'm not asking her for money, and I'm not leaving the child with her. What more do you want from me? Eva, don't be angry. You know your mother. She has so many arguments that it's hard to resist her. It may be hard for you, but it's easy for me. With that, Eva stormed out of the room, heading to make herself some mint tea to calm down. But it seemed that fate had other plans for Eva that day. Just as she settled into her chair with her aromatic tea, she overheard Michael talking on the phone. The snippets of conversation she caught immediately made her realize that her mother-in-law was calling again. Yes, Mom. Of course, Mom, I understand. Yes, a dacha sounds great. I know the trip is expensive. The money has to be given tomorrow? Well, I can't give it to you. It's with Eva. No, Mom, we've already made our decision. A loud squeal came from the other end of the line, and the call abruptly ended. Michael entered the kitchen, looking guilty as he slumped down across from Eva. Maybe we should reconsider the vacation and buy a dacha instead. Mom says a dacha is forever, while Turkey is just for 10 days. Perhaps we should think it over while we still have the money. We've already thought it through and made our decision. Olivia just won't back off. I don't want to hear anything else. Just stop." The next morning, Eva rushed to work as usual, but she made sure to put the important envelope with the money in her purse. During her lunch break, she planned to go to the agency and finally settle the issue. But as she sat at her desk, she overheard something she definitely didn't expect. "They're going abroad like they're rich or something. This is all Eva's fault. She's muddying the waters and leading Michael astray. He doesn't need all these trips. He's never been like this with her. If it weren't for her, they would have had a nice dacha by now and spent the summer there with Sophie. But she keeps dreaming up these trips, Egypt, then Turkey. Where's she going next? The Maldives?" At first, Eva didn't recognize the voices coming from the nearby office, but she soon realized one was familiar. It was Linda, the accountant, who was eagerly contributing to the conversation. "Don't say anything, Samantha. We're all simple people here, living paycheck to paycheck. If we make it to the river a couple of times in the summer, that's a treat. Almost everyone has a dacha and a garden. We grow vegetables and berries. It's healthy and free. They can bring my granddaughter to the dacha for a week of vacation, and we'll sunbathe and swim in a little inflatable pool. And this Eva of yours is acting like she's royalty. The whole office is talking about her. There are already bad rumors going around. Where did she get the money for this trip? Her salary is tiny. Sure, her husband earns well, but have you seen how much it costs to travel abroad these days? What kind of money is that?" And Olivia keeps telling her the same thing, but she's stubborn and doesn't want to listen. At that moment, Eva couldn't hold it in any longer. Fueled by anger, she stormed into the office. "What are you doing here?" Eva asked, noticing Samantha, her mother-in-law's sister, sitting across from Linda, the accountant. "Oh, Eva, hello," Samantha replied, forcing a smile that barely masked her earlier disdain for Eva. Confusion lingered on Eva's face. "My daughter used to work here, and she asked me to pick up a certificate from her old job. Linda and I got to chatting while I was here. I should be heading home now. I've been here too long," Samantha added quickly, eager to leave and avoid her sister's daughter-in-law's wrath. Eva scanned the accounting department, suddenly aware of how bitter and envious the women around her were. Linda, in particular, stood out. Older yet full of energy, she always seemed to poke her nose into everyone else's affairs. Linda regarded Eva with a disdainful smirk, as if she held a secret that Eva should be ashamed of. Eva decided against confronting them. She recognized that these women thrived on negativity and couldn't bear to see anyone else happy. Their bitterness was a constant theme in their lives. With her head held high, she walked out of the office and slammed the door behind her. At lunch, she fulfilled her long-awaited dream and paid for her vacation, feeling a surge of happiness as she anticipated the end of the workday. "That's it, Michael. I have the ticket. Hooray! We're going on vacation. I'm so excited. How about you?" she exclaimed. Michael mumbled something disheartened in reply. "You won't ruin my mood. Don't even try." Eva eagerly counted the days left until their departure, less than a week until their getaway. Then, the day before they were set to leave, Olivia showed up unexpectedly. Her mother-in-law was not a frequent visitor. She always criticized Eva and spoke to her granddaughter in a strict tone. Because of this, Eva had long stopped inviting Olivia over, and she had no desire for visits either. So when Olivia appeared at the door, Eva was taken aback. "What? Are you packing your bags? Is that what you're doing?" Olivia's face twisted in annoyance. "What do you want, Olivia? Misha isn't home if you're here to see him. I'm busy, and we have to leave for the airport early tomorrow morning." "Nothing, just wanted to say goodbye." Eva, preoccupied with her own tasks, didn't notice as Olivia roamed the apartment, seemingly searching for something. Then, just as abruptly, Olivia got ready to leave, almost vanishing without a trace. "What a strange woman. I'll never find common ground with her," Eva muttered under her breath. Early the next morning, The family set off on their journey. "Eva, did you pack all the documents?" Michael asked. "Of course, I triple-checked everything 3 days ago and put it all in a folder. It's right here with me." But something unexpected happened at the airport. As Eva approached the check-in counter, she realized her husband's passport was missing from her folder. Panic set in as she rifled through all the documents repeatedly, growing increasingly frantic and nervous. She yelled at Michael, her frustration boiling over. "This can't be happening. I know for a fact that all 3 passports were in there, 100%. Michael looked bewildered. "Eva, I think I might know why the passport is gone." "What do you mean?" "My mom called me last night. She was acting really strange, saying something about how I definitely wouldn't go anywhere, and that I would be staying with her, and that you would have to stay too." "How shameless. She came to see us off yesterday under the guise of saying goodbye, and I didn't even notice when she pulled this off." Tears streamed down Eva's face as she felt a mix of anger and helplessness. Overwhelmed, she sank to the floor in the middle of the bustling terminal, staring blankly at the ground. Suddenly, she stood up, wiped her tears, and declared, "I'll fly with Sophie. The child isn't to blame for her grandmother's craziness. You can stay with your mommy and keep living by her rules." With a swift movement, she grabbed the suitcases from Michael, relieved she had packed his things separately. Taking Sophie's hand, she strode purposefully toward check-in, not even glancing back at her husband, who stood there bewildered, unsure of what to do. Surprisingly, those 10 days turned out to be the best of Eva's life. She devoted herself entirely to her daughter, enjoying every moment. They indulged in delicious food, slept as long as they wanted, and spent their days walking, sliding down water slides, swimming, and sunbathing. Laughter filled their time together. As the days passed, Eva found herself increasingly content without her husband, without his constant worries and the interference of her mother-in-law. She realized she was happier without the weight of their expectations. She felt empowered and free, embracing her independence. Reflecting on her life more each day, Eva made a crucial decision that would completely transform her future. She decided to get a divorce. "Hello, Michael," she greeted him as he met her and Sophie at the airport. "We need to have a serious conversation. Sophie will fall asleep soon, and then we can talk." Eva explained patiently to Michael that she wanted to live differently, away from the pressure of Olivia's control and his indecision. She expressed how his mother's latest stunt was entirely unacceptable. "I've grown up now, and I'm ready to take full responsibility for my family," she asserted. Michael remained silent for a long time before finally responding, "My mother told me you shouldn't have gone without me. It was a test, and you failed. Honestly, I would have left you regardless, so you don't need to dwell on it anymore." He stood up and walked toward the exit. Only then did Eva notice that during her absence, he had packed all his belongings. He and his mother had already made their plans without her. Michael had once again followed his mother's lead, proving he hadn't matured at all. "That's just great," thought Eva, realizing everything was much simpler than she had imagined. And how right she was. In the end, her long-awaited vacation provided clarity and solutions to many of her problems. A new life awaited Eva, one full of excitement, adventures, and the happiest moments. And yes, she would definitely visit the Maldives one day.